Hey everyone, it's Chad Williams. I'm one of the demonstrator development managers here at Stampin' Up! In the United States. So excited to be with you today. We are going to be talking about how to maximize your DBWS subscription. And I'm going to be sharing 3 ways that you can start maximizing your subscription today to help you continue to grow your business. So during this training, we're going to be talking about stepping up your About Me page. So that's the About Me content that's on your customer facing website. Then we're going to talk a little bit about your DBWS calendar and why it's important to keep that filled and filled with the right stuff. And then we'll talk about your projects and how to use DBWS to create pinnable projects and how to get those projects to get pinners back to your website and shopping on your online store. Now, before we dive into all of that, I want to talk about a word that you're going to hear a lot during today's training, and that is optimization. So by definition, optimization is really making the best or most effective use of something. So in the context of the internet, you hear a lot about search engine optimization or SEO. And in a nutshell, SEO includes any of the activities that you do on your website to improve your ability to be found when somebody is looking for the goods or services or whatever it is that you have to offer. Now, your DBWS adds value to your business by giving you an online presence, and it provides a way for customers and potential customers to connect with you online. It's where you can showcase what you have to offer as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So when we talk about optimizing your DBWS, we're really talking about the best or most effective ways that you can use these tools and the best and most effective ways to use these tools to help you get found online. So with all of that in mind, we're going to be talking about those 3 specific ways that you can optimize your DBWS and again, begin maximizing your DBWS subscription. The first step we're going to look at as we look to maximize your DBWS subscription is the About Me page on your customer facing website. So why would we start there? Well, the About Me page is one of the areas on your customer facing website that is fully customizable. Unlike some other pages where we add, like the home office adds some content, you can add some content, you have full control over what's displayed on the About Me page. It's not only a great place to set yourself apart from other DBWS subscribers, but it's also a great place to begin optimizing your customer facing website. And again, when we talk about optimization, we're really talking about the best and most effective ways to use the tool and the best and most effective ways to get you found online. So let's do that. Let's begin optimizing your About Me page together. As we get started, I just want to share a quick side note. Throughout this training, we're going to be doing a lot with your DBWS. You're going to see a little bit of kind of how-to information, but this really isn't designed to be a DBWS tutorial. So if you find yourself looking for more information or needing more information about how your DBWS actually works or how to use any of the various tools that we're going to talk about today, I would encourage you to visit the Using DBWS page under Running Your Business in Stampin' University. There you'll find trainings on how to use all of the different features of your DBWS. We're also going to be taking a look at our friend Christy Crafter's DBWS. Christy is just getting started with her DBWS, so you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff in their kind of default state. Now, if you've made changes or additions to your DBWS, your screens may look slightly different, but the things that you'll learn here are totally applicable and will still apply all the same. Okay, so here we are on Christy Crafter's DBWS homepage. We need to find the About Me page, so we're going to go into our business briefcase here and choose My Website. Then we're going to click the little editor icon. And we're going to navigate over to the About Me tab. So if you've never made a change to your About Me page, you're going to see the same text that Christy has here. This is the default text that's included with every DBWS. Depending on which language you speak, it will be in English or whatever language is applicable to your country and your market. The default text is the same for every demonstrator. So if you've not made changes to this, it's fine. It's really good text. It just is the same as everybody else. So you've not set yourself apart. It's not fully optimized. So what I've done kind of off screen here is I've created some optimized about me text. We're going to replace the default text with our optimized version, and I'll kind of show you what I did to optimize that, and then we'll do a few more steps to optimize it even further. So I'm going to delete the default text, and I'm going to paste in our optimized text. Let's go through it a little bit and see how we've optimized this so far. So again, we've started with a little personalization. Hi, my name is Christy Crafter. Putting your name in there is always a good thing. If somebody's looking for you specifically, this is a great way to get found. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Salt Lake City, Utah. So now we know that this person's a demonstrator and where they're located. So if somebody's Googling Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Utah or Stampin' Up! Demonstrator Salt Lake, there's a good chance that Christy's going to get found with some of these keywords in here. We've got good repetition of our keywords, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and then other keywords like I get to be a creative coach, project ideas, encouragement to customers and friends. Now, while somebody may not be Googling encouragement or encouraging your customers, this is all just really good information to help keep that relevance and quality up. So here's a few more things about Christy that set her apart. I host a monthly card making class and a virtual technique class on Facebook. Those are things that might be unique to Christy. So if somebody's looking for a virtual technique class or a monthly card making class, Christy might be a good Google result for that. You can see all my upcoming events on my calendar. I also share fun tips and tutorials on my YouTube channel. This is a great way to cross-reference any other social spaces that you have if you're on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. It's a great place to include some cross-linking for your other sites as well. And again, it builds credibility for you as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Be sure to check out my online store and contact me today if you have any questions. I'm here and happy to help. Again, just trying to make that good quality, relevant content. So we've got some great optimizations happening here. Let's take it even a step further. So we talk about hosting a monthly card making class and a virtual technique class on Facebook. Let's go ahead and link to Christy Crafter's Facebook page or Facebook group. We'll do that by highlighting the word Facebook and inserting a hyperlink. We won't go through and put Christy's full Facebook link in there, but this is where you would paste in your Facebook page or your Facebook group for your business and then hit OK. And that's going to turn Facebook into a hyperlink. You can see all my upcoming events on my calendar. Let's go ahead and create a link for my calendar as well. So we're going to highlight my calendar. And again, we'll create a hyperlink. Off camera, I've got Christy's calendar section all copied out. So we'll paste the link to her calendar right here in the URL spot there and hit OK. Now, if anybody hovers over the My Calendar link, they'll go right to her homepage and scroll to the event section. I also share fun tips and tutorials on my YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and create a hyperlink out of the word YouTube or the phrase YouTube channel. We'll pop that in there. And again, we won't put Christy's full link in, but this is where you would paste a link to your YouTube channel. And then down here, be sure and check out my online store. That feels like an obvious link. So we'll create online store as a link. And again, I've got Christy's shopping link stored off to the side here. We'll hit OK. And then contact me today if you have any questions. We'll go ahead and link that right to her DBWS contact page. And now we have not only an optimized About Me page, but an interactive and actionable About Me page. So as customers find this content for Christy. They're going to be able to read all about her, and they're going to be able to take action. They're going to be able to jump in and link to Facebook, to the calendar, to the online store. They'll even be able to get in touch with her. Now, look down below here, additional information about me. This is a really useful and often forgotten space on DBWS. So we want to make sure that we fill in this additional information. It's going to help fill out that About Me page even further. So what I've done is I've created a little bit of text if somebody is new to paper crafting. So if Christy has somebody brand new searching for her on the web and go to her About Me page, we've created this text that we're going to be adding in here, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it in now. We'll clean up the additional spaces there, and we've got now additional information on About Me. So new to paper crafting. If you're new to crafting, or if it's been a while since you've stamped, I would love to help you get started or restarted. Stampin' Up! Stamps, ink, and paper products are designed to coordinate well with each other and come in a variety of colors, artwork, and designs for paper crafters of all skill levels. Notice what we've done here. So if somebody is just getting started with paper crafting, we've got keywords for that now on our website. We're also drawing in Stampin' Up! Stamps, ink, and paper products. So if people are searching for stamps, ink, and paper, there's a good chance that you can get found here. We've also got some opportunities to add a little bit additional formatting. So in this new to paper crafting spot, we're going to highlight that. And instead of just a normal font, we're going to make this a heading. And we're going to make this a heading 2. And what that's going to do is it's going to jump up the font size. And it's also going to tell Google that this is important content on our page. So the page already has an About Me title. You can see that up here. But in this additional information, we've also told Google now that this is a new section with important information. So Google, as they're scanning through this page, or any search engine as they're scanning through this page, is going to pay particular attention for this, and it's going to be relevant if somebody is new to paper crafting. So that's an additional way to make the most out of your About Me page. And the last thing we want to do on the About Me page is scroll down, and we want to change this About Me image. Again, this is the default photo. So if somebody hasn't updated their DBWS, this photo will be the same for any subscriber that hasn't made a customization. We are trying to optimize our About Me page, so we want to stand out a little bit. We're going to put a picture of ourselves in here. So we're going to select here and choose our file, pick one off of our desktop, and then it's going to bring up, we imagine this is what Christy Crafter looks like. So we'll bring up her picture, and then you can move this box around to crop your photo. The crop box will make sure that your photo is the right proportion for the page. So you'll just resize this as you see appropriate. You can move it around. And then when you're ready, go ahead and hit crop. That will save your photo. And we are ready now to save our About Me page. So we'll come up here, we'll hit save, and our optimized About Me page is ready to go. So we are super excited to show that off. So let's take a look at what your customers will see when they visit your new About Me page. And here it is. Look how great it looks. We've got all of our optimized text here on the side. We've got all of our working hyperlinks. And again, we've got that great new to paper crafting section that will really come in handy if people are looking to get started. Now, this is just an example of how you can optimize your About Me page. And I want to point out a couple of other spaces where you can apply these same tips as well. Back in our editor, you can see that we've got all of these tabs up top. Most of these have places that you can customize. So even if we go over here to our site settings, you can see that there are spaces where you can put in additional keywords. You can give yourself a unique website description. You can do the same on your homepage, on your contact page. Your host and join pages can be customized, and you can add to your specials page as well. So we've shown you how to update your About Me page with optimized information. Take those tips and apply them everywhere on your customer facing website. Okay, so now you have an optimized About Me page. What is that going to do for you? Why is that important? Again, it's all about optimization. It's about optimizing your site and giving you the best possible chance to set yourself apart from the crowd and to be found when somebody searches for you. As you look to create your own optimized About Me content, I want you to keep a couple of things in mind. First up, Google. Now, Google certainly isn't the only search engine, but they're definitely the biggest and therefore arguably the most important. When you optimize for Google, you're likely optimizing for any search engine. And while they kind of keep their algorithms and such a little bit secret, we do know a few things that help you stand out as you're creating your content. The primary things that Google and others are looking for are relevance, quality, and usability. Luckily for you, you don't really have to worry about usability. Stampin' Up! Keeps an eye on that and ensures that your web pages load quickly, that they're mobile friendly, that they're easy to read. That's a perk of your DBWS subscription. We get to worry about all of that stuff for you. For relevance and quality, that's up to you. In order to be relevant and be a relevant search match, you need to think about how people are going to find you online. So make a list of actual search terms. Like if you were looking for yourself on Google, what would you use? Make a list of those terms. That's going to become the key words and phrases that you're going to want to incorporate into your content. You should also think about what makes your Stampin' Up! Business different. So consider things like your full name, your location, if you have a team name, include those things and any other unique details about you and the way that you run your business. Add those to your keywords and phrases as well. And then be thoughtful about including all of those in a well-crafted About Me statement. Be sure and use good grammar, use full sentences, and so on. If that's not a strength, consider having a trusted friend or family member review the content before you add it to your site. Okay, let's take what we've learned about optimization on our About Me page and apply it to your DBWS calendar. Remember, when we're talking about optimization, we're really talking about the best and most effective ways to use DBWS and the best and most effective ways to get found online. And speaking of getting found online, did you know that when it comes to selecting a demonstrator from the Find a Demonstrator tool on StampineUp.com, the number one reason visitors tell us they choose one demonstrator over another is if they appear to be actively running their business with a full calendar on DBWS. It's true. So how do you fill up your calendar? And better yet, how do you fill up your calendar with optimized events that are going to get you noticed on the Demonstrator Finder, get you found on Google, and more? Well, let's dive in together and take a look. Now, as a reminder, this isn't necessarily a how-to training video. We'll be showing some how-to steps in here, but if you need help creating a calendar entry or any of the other things that we're talking about, I'd encourage you to visit the Using DBWS page under Running Your Business in Stampin' University. Again, Christy is just getting started with her DBWS site. So as we transition over to Christy Crafter's DBWS, again, you're going to see a lot of default things. If you've already added things to your calendar, no problem. The next time you create an event, you can apply all of the tips that you'll be learning here. Let's take a look at Christy's calendar. To find Christy's calendar, again, we're going to go back under our briefcase, the business tab, and we're going to navigate to calendar. And as you can see, Christy's calendar is empty, which is not great. So what are some things that Christy could fill her calendar with? Well, if she's got scheduled events, those make perfect sense to add to your calendar. Again, both in person and virtual. If you go live regularly on Facebook, add that to your calendar. If you post new YouTube videos, you could add the day that your YouTube videos go live to your calendar. You could put bank holidays on your calendar. These might be days that you're stepping away from your business for a minute. This would just help customers know that if they're reaching out to you, that you may need to, you may get back to them on the next business day. And the list goes on and on. Another great way you can fill your calendar is with promotion start and end dates or campaign start and end dates. So even if you're not holding regular events in person or virtual, you can still maintain a full DBWS calendar. So let's look at how to create an optimized entry together. The tips you're going to learn will apply regardless of the type of event you're creating. All of the things that we've talked about before are also going to apply when setting up your calendar entries. We're going to want to focus on good use of keywords and phrases, relevance, quality, and usability. Again, Stampin' Up's going to take care of that usability part, but relevance and quality are going to be up to you. Now, you likely have the most information about and familiarity with your own events. So let's look at what adding a promotion to your calendar looks like. To do that, we're going to start by clicking the Create Event button here. And that's going to bring up our event window. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to give this a name. Now, we're actually going to go back in time a little bit, and we're going to add an event for when Celebration started, Celebration Round 2 started. So the title we're going to give our entry is Celebration Starts Today. It's going to go on your events calendar. You want to make sure the time zone is set. Since this is an all-day event, we'll click all day. It doesn't have a time. And then we'll just navigate back in time to July. I'm pretty sure it went live on the 4th. If you're screaming at your screen right now, I apologize. So it's an all-day event. We'll set it for July 4th. We do want this to display on the site. So for this particular event, there's not a location or an address. It's just happening on your website, just a place for your calendar to be filled. If you want to allow guests to RSVP, you could just check these boxes here, and this will allow guests to RSVP and forward the invitation to others. It's not necessary when you're posting an event, but again, good boxes to remember for when you're creating other calendar events. I've already written our optimized description for our celebration entry, and we're going to paste that here in the description box. So we'll add that in here. Again, we'll get rid of our extra spaces that came out of our text editor, and then we'll walk through what we've created here. So this event is going to remind your customers that celebration is here. We've got information about shopping, how you can take advantage of free celebration items as you spend at your $50 and $100 US dollar increments. We'll talk a little bit about hosting an event during celebration and how rewarding that is. A lot of this text has been copied from other Stampin' Up! Information. And we'll also talk about the demonstrator opportunity. We'll give them links to shop or contact me. So very similar to what we did on our About Me page. So we're going to highlight Shop Now. And again, this is where you would paste in your shopping link. We have Christy's shopping link. So we're going to go ahead and paste that here. Hit OK. And then we're going to also turn Contact Me into a link. We'll grab Christy's contact link, click our little link icon, paste it in, hit OK. And now we have an optimized event that's actionable. Somebody can click to shop. They can click to contact Christy. It is a great calendar entry so far. The only other thing that's missing is an event image. Now, if this were your own event, if this were something that you were hosting on your own or virtually, you would put a photo of maybe the project that folks are going to make. If you don't want to show the project ahead of time, you could take a picture of the venue or show a picture of the venue or a map to the location. For this, because it's celebration, we're going to use one of the images that Stampin' Up! Has provided us on the demonstrator website under Happening Now and Current Promotions. We're going to grab an image from the marketing toolkit for celebration. We'll go ahead and click Upload. we'll grab the celebration cover image, and that will be our event image. And that's it. Now we're ready to create our event. So we'll hit create. And there is our calendar entry. Look how beautiful this is. So you've got great keyword rich information. You've got actionable links for shopping or contacting. You've also got this beautiful image that we didn't have to fuss about. We just grabbed it right from our marketing toolkit on the demonstrator website, and it shows our customers when celebration will start. And again, if I got the wrong date on July 4th, I'm sorry. We're just setting things up as examples. You guys get the point. So really super simple, and it makes for some really great content. Again, do this for any promotion start and end date. Anytime you've got something, posting on your YouTube channel, your Facebook page or Facebook group, if you've got a regular Facebook Live that you do, all of those can be added to your calendar and give you that full, complete, optimized calendar that are going to help customers want to click and select you as their demonstrator. We recommend that you have at least one entry on your calendar each week, or around 4 to 5 entries each month. So that may mean adding a recurring event or even a highlight to your schedule. And remember, you can and should be including important dates and so on. With all that's going on, it should be no problem to keep your calendar full of optimized entries. Next, we're going to be building off of everything that we've learned from the About Me page and calendar, and we're going to start optimizing your projects that you create on DBWS. We're also going to make sure your projects are very pinnable and able to get potential customers off of Pinterest and back to your online store. But before we do that, let's talk about why Pinterest is an important part of your DBWS optimization plan. When you think about a search engine, Google's probably one of the first that comes to mind. There's others like Bing and Yahoo and so on. But what about Pinterest? What Google and others have done for searching through websites, Pinterest has done for searching through ideas and inspiration. In fact, Pinterest is the 3rd largest search engine in the world. That's right. After Google and YouTube, Pinterest is the 3rd place where people look for ideas, inspiration, and new products and services to try. So it makes sense that we would want to focus a little energy around making sure your DBWS projects are optimized for Pinterest. Now, again, we're going to be talking about some new stuff here. If you are unfamiliar with creating projects in DBWS, you'll want to visit the Using DBWS page under Running Your Business in Stampin' University. Let's take a look at Christy's projects that she has created. So to do that, we're going to go back to our briefcase and click on Business. We're going to go to the Resource Library, and all of your projects that you've added will be in My Files. And again, it looks like Christy has not done a whole lot. There are no shareables here. So let's help Christy create a new project. And while we're at it, we'll make an optimized project that will also be great for Pinterest. So to do that, we're going to click Add Shareable. We're going to give this a title. Now, we're going to be using a sample from the catalog, but pretend like this is Christy's own original card idea. We will call this our tech support Get Well card. It's a Get Well card featuring, you guessed it, the tech support stamp set. We're uploading an image, so we'll go ahead and choose that from our desktop. And we are going to give it a description. Now, this description not only needs to be of the card, but we also need to create a description that is very Pinterest friendly as well. Because again, remember, we want to fill up our My Projects library, but we also want to create projects that are pinnable and to get pinners back from Pinterest to our online store. So in order to do that, for this particular card, we are going to add the following description. We're going to call this the Get Well Soon card idea by Christy Crafter, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And we're adding a few hashtags. Now, again, hashtags are very usable on Pinterest, especially initially to help apply some keywords and get your pins found quickly. They can be a little less useful over time, especially if they kind of get buried in the description, but it's always a good idea to include a few hashtags on your pins. So we've got the hashtags Get Well Soon, Stampin' Up, and Tech Support. So if anybody's looking for a Get Well Soon card idea, you've got that keyword here. If they're just looking for card ideas, you've also got that key phrase. You've got your name. So any way that somebody's going to be looking for this project, we've got some really good keywords, hashtags, and identifiers in this very short but very effective description. And because we want this to be a shoppable, shareable resource, we're going to choose the add to cart style shareable. To do that, again, if this is foreign to you or if you haven't experienced creating a shareable resource with add to cart information on it, you'll simply search out the products that you want to tie to this project, and it will give shoppers a chance to add those products directly to their cart when they view your project. It's a pretty neat feature. So we'll search for the stamp set, which is tech support, and we'll add that to our list. Christy would also want to add any papers, inks, blocks that she's used so that anybody coming to build this card knows exactly what it's going to take. Now, for the interest of time, we're just going to leave it at the stamp set. But again, you would want to have a full list of suggested products for your card. We also want to make sure that this card is published to our My Projects page. And since we don't have any other projects right now, we want to set this as our featured project. As you get a more robust My Project library, you'll get to pick and choose which projects you feature. And typically that might be like the newest, or maybe it will be one that's tied to a current promotion. So if you've created a celebration project and you want to feature that throughout celebration, you can leave it as your featured project as well. So we'll go ahead and submit this, and we'll take a look at what our shareable resource looks like. So now we've got a shareable in our My Files folder, which is a great start. You can see we've got our card here. Again, this would be your own project. For this particular example, we're taking credit for the tech support card on Christy's behalf. And now here's our project. So we've got the nice big project image. We've got the title, Tech Support Get Well Card. Of course, Tech Support being the name of our stamp set. Our description, Get Well Soon Card Ideas by Christy Crafter, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, with these hashtags. Again, the list of products here would be a full list of products. We would want to make sure that that included any of the cardstocks, additional stamps, paper, adhesives, embellishments. Those would all go in your suggested products list, so that as a potential shopper comes back to your site through this card, they'll see all of this information. And what's great about this is that this description is going to carry over to Pinterest. So when you or anyone pins or repins this card, your keyword-rich description will follow that pin. So your name will be included, and the tags, Get Well Soon, Stampin' Up, Tech Support, as well as your keyword-rich description, Get Well Soon Card Idea by Christy Crafter. So again, if somebody was searching card ideas, Get Well Soon card ideas, this is going to have a better chance of being found on Pinterest. If you haven't yet started creating shareables on DBWS and filling up your My Projects page, now is the perfect time to start. With the tips that you've learned here, soon you'll have a collection of pinnable projects that can help you gain exposure, attract new customers, and continue to grow your business. Okay, we've covered a lot in the last little bit. Let's recap where we've been. We talked about stepping up your About Me page on your customer-facing website. We also talked about optimizing your DBWS calendar. And finally, we talked about using DBWS to create pinnable projects and how to move potential shoppers from Pinterest to your online store. And through all of that, we've talked about optimization and how to optimize your DBWS to be the best and most effective tool it can be. And hopefully you've picked up a few tips along the way. So now it's time for you to take action. You've just learned 3 ways that you can maximize your DBWS subscription. Over the next 3 months, I want you to set a goal and pick one of those activities to try out each of the 3 months. So you can do it in any order you'd like. You can start with your About Me page, the calendar, and then Pinterest, or start with Pinterest and work your way from there. But over the next 3 months, I want you to pick one of the things that we've talked about and implement it on your DBWS. At the end of the 3 months, you should have an upgraded About Me page, a nice full calendar, and a library of pinnable projects in your My Projects gallery. Thank you so much for watching, and happy stamping.